someone pulls guard and you get stuck in close guard, you do all this sort of stuff to break, but against a guy who's good, like Dave's got massive legs, if I start doing all this shit, he's just going to keep his guard closed. So if it's no gi, then you can just kind of sit, because you can't really do it from here if I keep good posture. So what I tend to do is if I get someone who's been stubborn, I'll just sit until they open the guard. As soon as they open the guard, I'll come into combat base. So that's kind of my guard break, and it just works a lot better. If I'm here, I don't tend to stay kneeling. I tend to come up to like a little position, like a low sort of squat. Then I can start attacking the legs. Now you can attack this one because it's the top leg, but because my shin's already up his arse, which is where I want it to be, I like to attack this. So I tend to come up as if I'm going to knee slide here, sit this in like a sit out, drop back, step this foot over. Now he either wants to go to the mat, or if his leg's in this position, I like to put it on the leg there and pinch. And this is called position 1 of a 4 positional system. So we're going to cover like probably the first 2 today, because those are the only ones you really need if you can start to finish from here. As for your hands, you can get it wherever you want it to start off with. Just doesn't matter where it is, we're not going to finish it yet. Just overhook the leg, pinch your knees like we did in that drill, and get here. Yeah? Again. Dead simple. All we're doing is wait till he opens his guard. As soon as he does, we pop up and get into combat base. I'm going to attack this leg. He's got no control over my head. That's really important. I would never drop back if he's got control of my head, because if I do, I'm trying to attack the leg, I'll pull him on top of me. So we'll cover that in a minute. For now, he ain't got control. I'm taking this leg quick. I might push this down. I step over, mat or leg, pinch those, and it should already feel shit for your partner. This hand, you can just dig it in and get control. You don't even need to grip it with this hand yet. Just get to here and there and pinch everything really tight. And then that's what we're on. So if anyone's got any questions about that first bit. It's a really basic entry, but this is where I get like probably a good 80% of my leg locks from. So basics is the best. So, any questions? Start off with that. If I put it here, I can probably still finish it quick, but you can also rip that off and start attacking from his own ankle off or come up, and it's just going to turn into a bit of a shit situation. So if his foot's tucked reasonably tight like that, I just stamp on his thigh, yeah, and dig it in. I'm really like controlling that. Ideally, I can use this free hand here, because I don't need it yet, to control this, push, and tuck it and hide that foot. Now it's a lot tighter, and I can pinch my knees, and it's a lot harder for him to strip my foot off. And later on, I can start attacking with like funky leg knot stuff, which is only going to delay him being able to get out. I can finish my ankles then, and that's easy because I've tucked that already. So keep this foot up his arse, either hide it behind his leg or just stamp on his thigh and then control that pinch tie. A couple more minutes, it's not going to finish him. So what you need to do is you need to start putting pressure on the ankle and make it like a joint lock, so it's going to break his ankle if you don't tap, which is going to make him tap more because he's scared of breaking his ankle. That's the idea anyway. So we'll just go with the first entry for now. So I've got to combat base, I've come up, I've dropped down to my side and I'm pinched in really tight. This can be as deep as you want. In fact, the deeper the better at this point, because I'm controlling the position, keeping him really tight, yeah? I'm going to do a little shrimp to the side. I'm still keeping contact with him, but I've created a bit of space for me to slide up his leg. Called fire pulling, yeah? So from here, I'm tight. I'm still tight, but I've created a little bit of space. If I create space, I'm deep down here, and he pulls his leg, try and pull it out, he's just pulling it into position on my forearm. So sometimes you can, if a guy's going mental, you can just make a little bit of looseness and it's just going to go up into position here. Ideally, I'm using the radial bone at the bottom of my forearm, just behind, so it looks like an Achilles lock so far. I'm going to come through, I'm going to guillotine grip on this side, and I'm going to hit back in again and pinch really tight. This hand, it's worth tweaking your own nipple a little bit, because you want it high on your chest, and if you're at nipple height, then it's bang on. If it's lower than that, then it's just not going to be quite as efficient. So I always like pinch my own nipple a little bit, and then I know it's at the right height. My shoulder at the moment is bunched really far forward. I'm keeping my knees open so you can see. My shoulder's really far forward and it's not going to finish. I need to get his toe, his heel and his knee pointing downwards. His knee's going to point down when I pinch my knees. His toes are going to point down when I rotate that shoulder back really tight there. I'm going to uppercut my own face and bring my elbow down, and it'll put a braking pressure on his ankle, which is what you want. It's not this. When you start hanging back this way, it puts pressure on, but it's not like by Dave Serena expression, it's not going to put submission on. So pinch, shoulder back,
and then I'm going to put my elbow towards my own hip, and I'm going to uppercut myself in the face, and that puts loads of pressure on the ankle. And this is how I finish all ankle locks. This is kind of my high percentage one. Loads of people want to start doing heel hooks and shit like that, but they're banned in most competitions, and you're going to start fucking each other up. Whereas this is safe, but it's still proper sub, so it'll work. So again, pinch your knees. So we've got to this position. We're a bit low on the leg. If I start hanging off it here, it ain't going to work. So, and don't do any of this stuff either with figure four, because that's never going to work. So from here, shrimp, slide up, come back in again, pinch really tight. Rotate your shoulder back, the elbow comes towards your hip, and you uppercut your own face. Boom, and it'll go on. Cool, any questions?
Just keep doing it.
Before we can't just drop back for an ankle lock, we can still attack the leg, especially if I've wrapped it. Once I've got this overhook, I'm not going to let it go because I can still attack, even if he's like, we'll cover it later on, but if I'm already attacking and he starts to counter, if we keep this, we can reset and re-attack. But for now, from here, again, I just said before, if I drop back, I pull him into mount. I'm going to take my knee now and I'm going to drive it through like I'm going to try and knee him in the chest. So I'm resting my weight on him, and then I'm going to drop to the side and put this foot here. Now he's popped his grip off already, but if he's got long arms and he's kept it on, this foot goes onto his body, and I can just bang that off there. Now I'm kind of in a half position one, so I can just reset now, keeping this pinch at all times, and I can start to manipulate this and hide, or put my foot on his leg and lock it down. But I'm keeping this, once I've got it, that's tight, because I can start to move this into the right position in a bit when we start to finish. So it's the same thing, we're not going to spend long on this. But if I get up to my knees, I've got this, it's got my head. If I drop back now, I'm foot. So I need to drive this knee through, drop down, get this foot on his chest, pop that, and I can start to work my finish from here. Trap this leg so he can't step out, and I can work my ankle locks. So just get that foot in here. It's safer here than it is there. If I just pop it across, it's kind of loose now, and he can peel it. Whereas if I've got it dug into his ribs there, it's just a little bit more effective at a pinch. And if I've sat on his leg, I might as well keep it there while I work at finish, especially if you start working heel hooks and stuff. So have a go. If I'm attacking from the outside, and maybe I've like leg locked someone else earlier in a competition, and the guy's pulled guard or whatever, and he's fucked it up. If I start trying to catch his ankle, he's just going to rip his foot out, and it's just going to become a game where I'm just kind of doing this shit. It's not very conducive. So I want you to think about, rather than trying to like wrap the ankle and control it, you're going to try and control the leg as a whole. And that's what's going to get you into position. So you've got to kind of commit to it a little bit. So if I'm out here and I'm moving around, I might have pulled his leg out a few times, I'm just going to set up and I'm just going to jump and I'm going to pinch here. Even if the foot isn't in the right position yet, I'm pinching, and then I can stuff and get really tight in, and I'm getting as bunched up as I can to control the leg, and then I can start attacking the ankle. So it's more about like, it's like if you're going to shoot that double and you don't know whether to do it or not, you just go for it. It's kind of the same sort of mentality. So I'm out here, so I'm just going to come in and I'm going to control. I'm not thinking about my hands, I'm getting my legs in and pinching. And then once I'm here, that's when I can start to dig and then get into position. So it's going to be a bit scrambly at first, but once you get down to the deck and you're pinched, then you can start to work more progressively and more slowly because you've controlled it with your legs. Cool? So we're only going to spend a couple of seconds on this, and then we're going to move on to the next position, which is like spreading them out, which is stronger. Do that jump on my side.
Yeah, sounds. So we're out here. I can't control his ankles. If I just try and come to here, he's just going to rotate it out. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to knee through and just drop. I'm still going to the side again as well, because I don't want to just use the momentum to pull him up, because that would be really shit. And I like to take both hands and grab my own knee and pull it in really tight, because this is going to really control that leg. And then, still keeping my knee, I'll just pummel that hand in, and then I can start to work my finishes again from that side. Any more questions? Have a go at that, a couple of minutes on that, and then we'll... One mistake that you can do is to start trying to stand up and doing that technical stand-up with at the start, especially if your knee's not pinched very tight, and he's just going to step this leg back through. And as soon as he's up and that foot's flat, obviously there's stuff I can do from here, but it's just delayed everything and made it very nasty. So we're going to stop that. So you can control it with this hand if you need to, or if you've tucked your foot, you can use this to control it. This bottom leg is going to come out, it's going to go on his calf, extend it, and you're going to hide this underneath and stretch him out, and it's just going to make it really shit for him. This is also really good if he starts to do that defence where he's pulling his boot on and straightening his leg out while I'm trying to dig for here. I'm not going to finish it there, but what I can do is I can stretch him out, and it's going to bend that leg again, and then I can start to work back in and finish the ankle lock from here. Point to note is you can do 3 leg locks from any of these positions. You can do the ankle lock, you can start to attack up for a toe hold, or you can attack for a heel up. So those are like 3 options. Forget the heel up for now, but you can test a little cheeky one. He's not a full figure 4 toe hold, he's just grabbing the toes, bring it down into your hip joint and push him down. And that's like a good little like test. A lot of people won't attack for it if they're scrambling, but it's worth testing for, and it's a set up later on for like a figure 4. So, I'm in here, I've dropped back, pinching my knees really tight, and for whatever reason I want to control this. This is a good way to finish anyway, even if the guy's doing nothing. Grabbing the ankle, bring this leg through, kicking that out and just tucking under. It can be down by the ankle if you want, but ideally you want it higher up, and that's what's going to reap that knee a little bit more and make it a little bit more uncomfortable. Just be careful for now, because you don't want you hurting each other. Stretch that out, so you want to put pressure on his groin, slide up, and just finishing it like you're finishing it before for the ankle lock. Any questions about this? Position 2 should be able to finish it for me. You shouldn't really need to progress to any more positions, but this is pretty good. Ready? We go like this. When you go for your ankle locks, the guy's other leg's going to be on the other side, which is kind of good because he can't stand up. If he's stuck like that, where you laid on his leg, he can't stand up. He can just roll. And there's like a really simple way of stopping that and making it really shit for him. So we're going to do a different entry, which ends in that position, and then we'll go from it. So again, we're going to close guard, and he's going to go into scissor guard, like he's going to try and sweep me. But this is, again, I might be a cock hair away from getting swept, which is really bad. So I like to attack. Obviously, I could pop to like combat base and do what we did before, but this is if the guy's already sweeping you, so you might have head control. And he's gone, I'm going in, and I'm attacking. His leg is now on the other side. So, little thing you want to think about. Still position 1, exactly the same. My shin's still up his arse, but if you just look round this side, rather than tucking it up here, which is where I was before, hiding my foot, it's now just going to make sure I'm hooking his bottom leg here. Yeah, because I'm attacking this leg here. His real only escape from there now, apart from peeling the foot off, which we'll cover later, is to try and roll. A lot of people just roll like crazy bastards. So I can just hook that leg. Sorry, that went a bit wrong. Hook that leg and transition into my toe. When I'm doing a figure 4 toe, I'm catching here. So again, he rolls and I catch this and I come to here. You need to push that into his thigh to stop the roll. So I've gone to this position. As he rolls, this is hooking, I push this out. This comes under, and I'm going to push his toe up his own arse and get the tap. If I'm out here and I try and do it, it'll go on a little bit, but it's not going to go on properly. I come up and I try and put his toe in his arse to get the submission. If you stay here, like I'm to me, and you're talking, we'll get rolled. So, he goes to the guard, he starts looking his sweep. I need to be quick and get into position. This foot has to go over, because that's holding that leg in, and I can pinch it all nice and tight and start going in, working on leg control. I feel him start to roll, so I just pop that up, toes to the ceiling, come over, toe up his arse, and finish the toe. It's like revving a bike. I don't go too low down, I'm still on his Achilles tendon, and I'm going thumb down his line, grabbing his little toe, and my wrists aren't like that, little points that I used to fuck up all the time on. And by keeping it all strong, it goes on loads quicker than if I'm at a weak position like that. It's like little structural points. Cool? Any questions? So this foot's hooking here. As he rolls, I just point that to the ceiling there, and then I jump on that nice and quick. Finish it. Cool? If I try and toe in this way, it just ain't going to happen. Like, the ankle's quite strong in that range of motion. So you grab the little toe side, so it's attacking that sort of like inside rotation, is it? Whatever it is, it's a lot weaker on the ankle. So you grab the little toe, and the thumb can be over if you want, it doesn't really matter, but I always go thumb down the side of the foot because I can like get more rotation. Because it's like, if you put it on properly, a heel hook, it's still the same sort of rotating movement, so it should attack his knee as well. So think about that, make sure you catch the little toe side and not the big toe side. Cool, keep going. Get someone's back and getting a choke in, like the leg lock game. So if you think about, I was saying to Spencer, like position 1 is like the easiest one to get, and I think of that as like half guard almost, where you've kind of got a bit of an advantage over your guy, but he can still get out and do crazy shit to you. And like once you get to position 2, it's like you pass to side, and then everything after that is when you get onto a mount on his back where you are properly dominating him. So if you think of your leg locks like that, it's a bit more like, I felt when I got sort of like that drummed into me, I felt a bit more confident going for him, thinking I was going through positions rather than just being one of them guys who just kind of flies on submissions all the time and doesn't really like see the bigger picture. So anyway, that's kind of like my mentality when I'm going for him. So any entry you want to do, we're going back to this position again, so we're going to move up the positional ladder. Now, remember at the start I was saying that you either want to step on his leg or you want to step on the mat. So for now, this is the most basic way of getting a knot. So we're just going to do that today because it'll stick in your head. Drill it, it's not super realistic, there's other ways of getting it where you get it off a scramble, but it's good to drill, so if you see it then you can take it. So imagine now, I've got into this position, my foot is tucked on the mat, that's like the starting point. Still pinching my knees, still got this. I can wiggle this under his ankle, keeping this control here. I'm going to rock onto my back and lift him up a little bit here. My knee is coming all the way to my chest, so I've got to bring it up high here, and I kick it out over, and I hide that hook, yeah? I can let go of his wrist now, I don't need it, but of his ankle, but I have to go back onto my side, and I need to come up and post on my hand, and I've got to shimmy in to him. If I'm out here, it's easier for him to slip that foot out. But if I'm in here, it's tighter, yeah? And I'm controlling now, tightening it all up. When I want to finish, I can finish my spot from there as well. But I can if I want to drop back. But for now, just stay up, hit your nipple. And then everything's already tight, everything's already pointing downwards like I said at the start, so you can finish it. Cool, one more time. It looks a bit like a tangle of spaghetti, but it is actually, it's a lot simpler than it seems once you drill it a few times. So I'm over, I've tucked, wiggle those toes underneath, I rock onto my back and I take that with me. Knee to chest, out, and catch that. Post up, come round, and now he's in a really like gash position. I can, if he starts to scramble around or move, I can just give him a little bit of pain with that. And it's probably not going to submit him, but every time he moves from here, just straighten your legs out a little bit and it'll stop him moving. And then you can start.
As well.
Yeah, there's pressure on this, there's pressure in here, there's pressure in his calf. It's really shit. And then especially when you start putting like a heel hook on there as well, it's really nasty. But don't do any heel hooks now, just work on that Achilles lock. Because if you heel hook someone there, the tension's already that tight, it'll just fuck his knee. Any questions with that? Do you want to see it one more time? Yeah, cool. It's a little bit more complex, but I won't going to do it today, but we've got more time than I thought, so I might as well, because it's pretty cool, and if you catch on someone, you feel like the daddy. So, I'm in here, I rock onto my side, bring my knee up, tuck that really tight, and hide the hook underneath that heel. Post up straight away and get in, because he's going to be trying like hell to get that out. Once you're on your side, ideally you've still got that in, just work it up and finish your ankle lock as normal. Or you can just get to this position and just sit there for a little bit because you can't really get out and just feel like a dominant motherfucker. Cool. Have a go. Come round and check. He's not going to just let you control his leg and tie him up in a knot and then rip both his ACLs out. He's going to be going like crazy. So, one thing we've not addressed today is if he peels that foot off. Because if he peels the foot off, you've lost all leg control position and you need to get back. And just by scrambling for a leg, if I get to here and he peels that foot off, if I stay on the floor and try and reset, he's going to be scrambling back to his feet and he's going to get to his feet quicker. Like if I stay and try and re-attack. So I need to reset. There's a little drill we can do. So we're going to go just from like I've got his leg. Yeah. Sit in, I step over, position 1. He peels my foot off, keeps his ass that way. As soon as he does that, hand goes down, technical stand up, I keep this leg, I sit in, I go to position 1 again. He peels my foot off. Scoots out and goes down, I sit out, control, sit back in, position 1. He scoots and goes down, I step up. By keeping this here, if I get to my knees and he gets to his knees, who's in the better position here? We're same position, but I've got his leg, yeah? So if I come up, I can pull that out and then re-attack. If I've got his leg still, if he peels my foot off and I stand up and let go, and then he gets to his knees, now, he's probably in a better position because Dave will slam me on my head. So, keep that ankle control and then you can still attack. So when I say at the start, keep it at all times. Even when he's fucked everything up, keep it and reset. So we're going to do this, we're going to do a 2-minute drill. So you do 2 minutes each of doing this and speed it up. It needs to be really quick. So as soon as I feel him peeling that foot, I want to be coming up
and then I'm ready to re-attack. So I can come here. You don't have to come all the way to standing, you can still beat your knees, but, little point to note, I do a sit out in. Don't smash them into balls, but make sure you put your shin in and touch him with it before you step across. Otherwise you can end up, as the drill goes on, further and further away from him until you're doing leg control out here and it's not working. So sit all the way deep, step over, he peels, come up, back and over. Cool?